Hello everyone, this is Fred DeBerg from Spotlight Dance Arts Online, and I want to welcome you to another edition of Fred Talk. Today's guest is a lovely lady by the name of Grace Morrison. Grace Morrison is the Director of Music for the Grossmont High School here in San Diego. Grace, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So I want people to get to know you. First of all, I know how talented you are. And I know, you're like, oh my goodness. But,
I don't like attention.
but you are an amazing vocalist. Power, strength in your voice, such agility in your singing. You're amazing. What? Let me ask you this. What got you started in pursuing music?
Well, I started playing piano when I was 5 years old. Started at Wagner School of Music in La Mesa, which I teach there now, so that's kind of a fun fact.
That's
I go
neat.
back.
It's Wagner?
Wagner's in La Mesa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's group piano lessons. I fell in love with it. It's a lot of interactive games, stuff like that. It was not a chore to practice at all, which is amazing, as you know, teaching music.
Right.
And then I got to about 5th grade, and I got to a level where they didn't have any advanced classes, so I went private, and I went to this Russian piano teacher. She taught at USD. Completely different teaching style.
Oh, wow.
Very strict, very no nonsense. So at a young age, I just couldn't appreciate that. So it became a real chore. It went from a love to something that I dreaded every day. 10 years old, I quit. And I have, to be honest, I haven't had a piano lesson since then.
Really?
But I reached that level at that age, so it sticks with you, as you know. You know, it's like riding a bike, you never really lose it.
Right.
So made it all the way to high school, and I joined choir because I love to sing. Anyway, so joined high school choir, and when I was a freshman, our fall concert, it was the year 2000, and our accompanist got really sick the night of the concert.
Oh, no.
And I went to Valhalla, which has 5 choirs. It's a big music school. And my director found out through another student that I played piano. And I was 14, but she was that desperate. She came to me and said, "Can you play even just the bass line for this concert? I have no one, and it's in like 2 hours." I said, okay. I mean, I'll probably mess up.
Well, yeah, because that was the reason you stopped in the first place.
Yeah,
because you felt like you were being
the pressure. But I also wanted to rescue her because she was that desperate. So anyway, I got through it somehow. I played an hour's worth of music it was very stressful. But at that point, it kind of became my thing again.
Oh, that's neat.
You know, and she started using me in sectionals to accompany, and then I became section leader, and then I started developing my voice. And I decided to become a choir director in English class, and my teacher was obsessed with opera. And it was something that, I had heard of, but never really listened to. You know, it's an acquired taste, yeah. But every day when we came in, he had music playing, and it was usually opera. And one day when I came in, it was Pavarotti singing Nessun Dorma, and it was, it just struck me. Yeah, and I get chills just thinking about it, but I just knew that that's what God, I was a Christian by that point in my life, and I just knew in my soul that that's what God wanted me to do. Yeah, so I never thought that I would be an opera singer, but so I started playing piano again. I was really enjoying choir, really getting involved, and I knew that I wanted to be just like my high school choir director. And she started mentoring me when I was in school too, because she kind of picked up on the fact that I would probably be a music major and things like that. But I was debating, do I want to be a voice major? Do I want to be a piano major? And I ended up auditioning for San Diego Lyric Opera when I was 18. And I made it.
Nice.
And which was really exciting. Never thought that I would be an opera singer, but I did it for one season, and I fell in love with opera. I found my voice. My voice does not do pop very well. It's just not how I'm designed, but I can sing classical. So anyway, I ended up, I feel like God has just given me all these opportunities, all these different areas to kind of hone my skills in a certain way and guide me in a certain direction.
He uses all things for his glory.
Right, yeah. So I did San Diego Lyric Opera for a season, and I'm so glad I had that experience because it gave me the opportunity to do professional opera, and I fell in love with it. But at the same time, I saw what it did to a lot of my colleagues who had been doing it a long time, and it was just so focused on me, and I'm going to be the principal in the next opera, and I've done this many shows, and da-da-da. And I was 18 going, I don't want to turn into that person. This is not about me. This is about the art form and showing the world what God has given me to perform for others. It's not of my own doing.
Well, you have such an amazing respect for the discipline and the art form. You've always been that way. For those of you who don't know, Grace and I sing on the worship team at Shadow Mountain Community Church, and I always love singing next to her because she has such an amazing powerhouse voice. And what's really interesting, this brings up another subject. Grace is not challenged in height at all.
No.
Let's see. So Grace, how tall are you?
I am 5'10", but I wear heels all the time, so I'm easily over 6 feet on any given day. Yes.
Yeah, and I am not. So I love standing next to her, but it's always kind of a discrepancy on the height. Has that been a challenge for you?
Yes, very much so.
How has it been a challenge for you?
I mean, just as a singer, oddly enough, it's been a challenge. When I was in middle school choir, I was the height I am now. When I was 13, I was 5'10", and like to wear heels. You know, I'm very feminine. I like to wear heels, and
so you're always in the back.
I'm always in the back.
Always in the middle.
And I'm always, like a foot taller than everybody else. So I got really good quads and calves because I was squatting constantly to try to get that uniform.
Oh yeah.
And my director would say, "Stand up," but I was like, "That just looks bad. It's better if we're all the same height."
Oh my goodness, that's true.
No, it's definitely a challenge. There have been times in my life that I've wanted to give away a few.
Now you did mention dating.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's been challenging too.
Very challenging. I think, yes. It's hard to find men that are willing to date someone so tall.
Oh. Yeah. Oh my God. Now we discovered, Grace, that you and I actually knew each other a long time ago when you were a young girl. You were at Elkhorn Wesleyan Church.
Yep.
And I was your choir director.
Yes.
Now, how did we finally figure that out? It was your mom.
It was my mom, actually. We were standing next to each other on praise team one Sunday, and my mom was sitting there in the audience, and I saw this look on her face. I could just see the wheels turning in her head, looking at you and looking at me, and after service, she came, she's like, "That's Fred! He's from Elkhorn Wesleyan. He was your choir director as a kid." And I went, because I was so little, I didn't remember.
No. And you weren't 5'10".
No, I was not. I want to say I was like 8 years old.
You had to be.
It was like 94.
You had to be 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, when we made that connection, it just cracked me up.
It's so funny.
It just cracked me up.
It all comes full circle.
It does. It does.
It does.
Now, as the director of music for Grossmont High School, now I think you said you started in 2017?
January 2017, yes.
2017.
In the middle of the year.
All right. So what has it been like being a teacher at Grossmont High School?
I inherited a program that's been around for 100 years. I'm the 5th director in that 100 years too, which is cool. So I have a long legacy behind me of directors that have been there for a very long time. It's a very well-established department. We go to Europe every year and tour and perform. We went to France and we got back 2 weeks before the COVID lockdown hit.
Oh, wow.
So we planned that right. That was awesome.
Wow.
But it's been hard keeping choir alive. My program is doing really well. COVID aside, it's doing well, but every year gets a little bit harder. I think because students are just afraid to put themselves out there now with technology and cell phones and Snapchat, and I think they used to feel a lot safer going on stage and performing for each other, and now there's an extra layer of, what if somebody films me?
Right. Well, explain to me maybe a day in the life as a teacher at Grossmont High School online. What's it like?
Well, we are doing hybrid now. So.
Oh, you are?
Yes. So we're doing the quarter system. So the first quarter we were completely online. So I Zoomed with my choirs. 3 times a week.
How did you do it with the delay?
We didn't. So I would do sectionals with them.
Oh.
So sopranos would meet for the first 20 minutes, tenors the second 20 minutes. And I would talk to them in the beginning. We'd talk through some rhythm stuff or talk about technique things with the piece that we were working on. But then I would mute them all and I would sing their part and play the accompaniment.
And they would
sing along.
You would just trust that they're singing.
Yeah. But then I make them
I'm a tap instructor.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
You can't have everybody tapping at different times. Yeah, there is a delay.
Yeah, the delay is real.
Yeah, it is really challenging.
Yeah.
Really challenging. So you went to college. So name some of the schools that you've been affiliated with in your pursuit of knowledge of music.
I've bounced around a lot. So I started in college at Point Loma Nazarene University. I was there for 2 years, and then I transferred and finished my bachelor's at San Diego State. And then I got my teaching credential from San Diego Christian College.
Oh, you did?
And then
what year was that? Do you remember?
What year was it?
Yeah.
2010.
2010.
And then I am finishing my master's at Messiah University in Pennsylvania right now.
And you said that that's online.
It's a choral conducting online, which is great. It's designed for high school choir directors. So the courses are online during the school year, and then every summer
you're conducting the patterns. You're doing it
on
online.
Video.
Who are you doing it with? Is it a specific?
The professor teaching the course. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and then you fly back there every summer for like 3 weeks, and it's an interactive. Because you can't do conducting online forever. It's just not the same.
No, it's not.
No. So there is an in-person element to it. But
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned that you went to France right before COVID knocked you out. And you also, I think, did you mention London? I don't think you did, but you did go to London.
Yes, we've done Spain, Italy, Scotland.
What was Spain like?
Actually, a lot like here, surprisingly.
Interesting.
Yeah. The Spanish is different than the Spanish that we're used to.
Right.
A little different accent. The food is different, but the climate's very similar. People are really sweet and nice. And
see, we're gonna live vicariously through her. So, what was Italy like?
Oh my gosh, I would live in Italy in a heartbeat. The food is amazing.
Of course.
But singing in those cathedrals is just there's nothing like it. It's
right. So. In light of everything that's going on in our world right now, with all the challenges that we're facing, what would you want to say to those people that very easily let the arts kind of dissipate and disappear? Would you have any form of advice?
I would just say that the arts, for a lot of people, have what has gotten them through COVID, the lockdown.
Yeah.
I've gotten so many videos of my kids at Grossmont sending me videos of themselves singing in the car, singing with their friend, or it's just, you need that expressive outlet, especially when you're under so much stress. And
now, did you encourage them to do that, or are they just doing that?
Well, I encourage them
to express themselves.
Yes. Yeah. But I mean, they were sending them to me over the summer when we weren't in school. There was no assignment for them to record themselves or anything like that. So it's just, I feel like we see it more than ever now that we need that.
Right. Exactly. Well, that's also a testament to your teaching. If your students are sending you things and they're saying,
I hope so.
Here you go. Well, I have no doubt. You're amazing. Thank you so much for talking with me today.
No, thanks for having me.
This is so much fun.
It is so fun.
Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our this edition of Fred Talk. Again, I want to tell you, keep the arts alive in San Diego.
Yes.
That's the whole reason that I'm doing these videos. God bless you guys. Have a great day.